Welcome students. Now the part second of the ecosystem we are going to learn about the food chains and food webs. Students, in part first we learn about the ecosystem, then forest ecosystem we learn, and students we learn the components of the ecosystem, that is biotic components and abiotic components. Today we are going to learn about the food chain, and students first we will define what is meant by food chain. Students, food chain is a linear sequence of organism in which each organism eats the lower organism and itself eaten by the higher organism. That we called as a food chains. And students, the example of the food chain is in that way it is started. The first one, tropic level one, is the producer, that is the green plant. Second one is the grasshopper, that is the tropic level 2, primary consumer. After that, the third one is the frog, that is the secondary consumer. Then after the secondary consumer, snake, that is the tropic level 4, carnivores. And these we called as a tertiary consumer. And after that, it is eaten by the snake, and snake sometimes eaten by the eagle. So the eagle is called as a top carnivore. Students, this is the best example for the food chain. Now many examples are there of the food chain. Second example of the food chain is that rice. Rice is also the producer, that plant. The rice is eaten by the man. We are consumers. So in that way many food chains are there. Second one, grass. Grass is eaten by the rabbits. Rabbits can be eaten by the fox. So in that way the food chain is going on. The next example, again maize. Maize is eaten by the goat and the goat is eaten by the lion. So these are the examples of the food chains. Food webs, we will define the food chains are not so simple. When we are explaining the example, it is eaten by that animal. It is not so simple to take their prey. Food web we can define in that way. The food web is a network of interconnecting food chains in a natural community of different organisms. So it is the alternative. If the rat is not eaten by the cat, so the rat is eaten by the toad. Many alternatives are there. The rat can be the food for an owl also. The rat can be the food for the beetle also. And the rat can be the food for the rabbit also. So students, in that way it is going on. So the rabbit could be the link towards the toad also, or sometimes it is eaten by the owl also. So many interconnections are present in the food web. So the food web is going on in that way. And the network of these food chains are going on, and existence of plant is very important in the ecosystem. It plays very integral part in the ecosystem because the plants are the producers are in the ecosystem, and the link is going on. Food chains, food webs are going on. So it can be transferred from one animal to another animal. Students, we learn that soil containing different types of minerals. That mineral soil is containing, we are getting that nutrients with the help of the plants. So plant plays the integral part in the ecosystem. The plants are the producers. Students, now what are the advantages of the food webs? The advantages of the food webs, it permit the alternative foods, and this ensure a better chance of the survival. The food webs are providing more stability for the food chances for the animals. So students, this is the importance of the food webs. You know that what is a pyramid. So the structure is in that way. It has a large base and which continues narrowing at its level, and the point is become, the small point is become in that way. So students, that structure we called as a pyramid. So grass is eaten by the deers and deers can be eaten by the tigers. So if we will take the example for that pyramid, So the number of the grass twigs, the number of the deers and the number of the tigers are showing the pyramid-like structure. A grown-up tiger must have eaten several deers in its time. A grown-up tiger must have eaten several deers in its lifetime, and each one of these deer must have eaten hundreds and thousands of grass twigs. This was in terms of the number of individuals. And students, similarly weight-wise or more approximately mass-wise relationship, and it can be indicated in a food chain. So, the largest mass is consumed at first level, that is the grass is eaten by deer, which does not lead to the same mass of the flesh to the next one of the deer. Next again the total mass of the flesh of deer eaten by the tiger in its lifetime must have been several times that of its own body mass. Thus, these two types of pyramids, a number also and biomass also. In that way we learn about the forest ecosystem. So students, here we completed our part 2. Thank you.